Eux, ils disent même pas que c'est un witchy, c'est ça qui est plate. Ouais, trader. Non, je parle du jeu, moi. Non, pas toi. Non, pas toi. Ça fait une dame de merde. Non, t'as pas de copyright à gueule. Bloqué. Hey, j'ai dit bloqué. Random, y'a pas vu ça. Y'a pas de wiki. Ah, c'est le fun. Le seul wiki, c'est un crap wiki de merde. Moi, j'ai bloqué comme dans le tapis, Chris. Hein? Bloqué, please. S'il vous plaît. Bye. Ah, d'essayer de te montrer, je vais rien savoir de toi, Chris. Ok, again, ciblé, toi, bye. C'est un solida en bonne hunter, le jeu. C'est sûr. Juste un petit retard. Oh, attends une seconde, j'avais vu des crises de mode là, ça je vais aller les chercher. Oh, trader mode. Intéressant. Lui. It was made for, it was text to speech and most place. You can press the play button next to left image to listen to the block of dialogue. Ok, ça veut dire que ça m'intéresse pas ça. C'est test to speech, ça, c'est nope. Euh. Ah, ok, ouais, il y a des voix qui marchent bien si c'est des Mechanicus. Yeah, ça marche pas ça. C'est pas mal juste. Carry Shade, je vais shaker lui. Ça, je vais fermer ça tout de suite. Closing, yep. Back, back. Deux gens. J'ai oublié, j'avais des affaires. Bon, text to speech, non. Ça a l'air Red King, c'est lui qui est pas ça plus. Portrait pour le fun. Red King, ça là, c'est lui qui pas ça plus. Ça là, c'est lui qui a le plus d'entassement. C'est pas long. Red King, there we go. Ok, lui, c'est tout 2023. C'est haut. Plus jaune, là, je sais. Shit. Il y en a bien plus. Bon, comment j'installe ça? Lui, ça dit user, username, app data. Et c'est dans app data. Local. Low, all chat. Portrait. Log. Je sais, tu sais quoi mon login, man? Comment je vais me changer d'affaire ici? Oh my god, il y en a. Quality. C'est bon, en tabarnak son affaire. C'est off. Bon. Je vais regarder comme ça. Hein? C'est quoi, j'ai downloadé, Charlie? Pas chose. C'est tout portrait. Ah, c'est juste des. Oh. Et celui-là. My game irrité, ça veut dire genre ça. Et. Ça. Ah, j'ai juste droppé ça dedans, ça c'est tout. Copier, mettre ça là. Wow. Et page up to open, page down to touch, je l'ai fait. C'est ici. If disable, c'est fait run. Sorry, continue. Donc, attends. Apparence. Les filles. C'est pas des bouts de carré, c'est comme ça paraît que le jeu il est mal fait graphiquement. Augmentation.
You don't stand a chance! Look upon the Emperor's faithful and tremble.
Ruinous favor prevails.
Behold the wrath of madness.
Unleash the storm of macro cannons.
Hey. Oh, physically strong, defeat the enemy, which attack with melee. Non. Ok, ça c'est worth it. Athlétique. Demolition skill. Date. Initiative de chance, réaction, effet caractérise, améliore weapon, tête dodge, réduction des étoiles to half. Death War character gain against target that bleed, ok. Bloody mess. That's a double. But isn't it fellowship value instead? I want character gain to MP. Pas joueur, là, je sens. Annie, Plasma, Malta et Power. Wow! Ouais, peut-être que je sais que les Ranged Weapons, comment ils se contrôlent, là, man. Again, a statin 10% to each chance and dodge. J'ai obligé de regarder ce foutu de marde là, moi c'est weapon. Genre juste voir comment ça marche ces stats là. One N. Il n'y a pas de stats, hein, pas en tout. En termes de dégâts, là. Ça, moi, c'était fire rate quand même rapide. Moi, que je vais vouloir, carrément. Et ça veut dire. Ok. Il y a des stats. Moi, j'aimerais ça les voir toutes les stats. Pour each bonus point, les gens qui ont des 5% with non burst range attack. Moi, c'est fort chef, fort pas c'est pas pire. Thermorature. Quand reroll les filets de tête, dodge, pari, caractéristique, hors skill test. Pen of ballistic skill. Dodge all form of ranged. Ah, Imperial Wall. Les caractéristiques. Balistique, c'est le stat que je veux voir. Et agilité. C'est possible. C'est Dead Wall ou Hive Wall. Hive Wall character gain. Plus 1. Plus fail. Bonus, c'est Fellowship 5. Divisé par deux réseaux, trouillons mon créateur à l'air, intercell, et été ça fait deux autres créatures around. J'aime pas willpower résistance, outnumber. If a wild war créateur has a melee superiority. Weapon personalization. All ranged weapon dealing physical damage at +1. Oh my god! Ok, c'est 100% high wall, hein? Bon, moi, c'est Ballistic Skill qui m'intéresse le plus. Régiment tactique répète. Single target. C'est melee, lui c'est melee pas mal. Weapon skill c'est pas mal juste melee, ça veut dire que c'est moins intéressant. The next. It's at the end of the commander next turn. On est plus 2 fois perception bonus. Weapon skill c'est crit. Ah non, un melee. Là, ça fait perception. Tu vois. Medical, c'est quoi? Ça détecte que injury. Ah. Suppressé. Fire! Field of fire. Usar tu de 5% alt et c'est. Le momentum. Et c'est fellowship et agilité. Et lui, c'est juste willpower, ça veut dire. Ils avaient été par fellowship, c'est fatal greatness qui est pas peur. Minus 5, ah ouais, ok. Rien de shame. Lui, je peux faire lui c'est pas dangereux. Yeah, solidar carrément. Et plus 2 plus agilité bonus divisé par 2 MP. Next attack cost manus. Ballistic agilité. Awareness demolition. Bon. Weapon skill, c'est. Weapon skill effect, a character combat all form of close combat. J'ai less willpower. Mais ça, c'est pas grave parce que j'utilise Fellowship pour. Not available point. La perception, c'est quand même bon, hein. Les skills, c'est 100% sûr, ça vaut à peine de le mettre dans le tapis. Fellowship, c'est pas plus grave. Perception, c'est voir. Fellowship, c'est. Yeah. C'est moins important. Agilité, c'est très important. Perception, c'est important. Je pourrais aller Tartness pour être un peu plus tanky, là. Un peu plus tank. Eventus, Irabus, no. Unfortunate. Carabus, yep. The Von Valation flashes the Matthias warship. Belonging to the Von Valation dynasty. Achèterait pour l'explorer the region of the frontier of the Imperium. L'horizon, il est bas, là. Mon persuasion est plus haut, tout. Fly. Ça, c'est des serviteurs, je suppose, hein?
An excellent place for contemplation.
Main approach was
The best view of the cathedral.
to the bait, the Vestenberg.
Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
The giant ruler and the higher power, so which means for the prayer for aid. The truth. See them to John to on terror of terror and out of the Emperor and his winning 7 as the master. The remain one of the most powerful intelligence. As in order to make one day that remain to trouble and to glorify.
An interesting perspective. However, allow me to offer you a bit of advice. In the interests of your own well-being, you should frame your thoughts with greater piety. Demonstrating such a lack of care when choosing your words might be viewed by certain people as evidence of insufficient trepidation before the God Emperor.
Shut up. Heretic, yep, I know. I mean, yes, after they of this place, nothing more.
I understand, but the particularities of my craft have made me a perceptive individual, capable of seeing through to the root of things. Unlike millions of his devout servants. Trust me, your words could easily be interpreted a different way, especially by one inclined to do so. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship rogue trader Theodora von Valencias, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Any purchases on you can avoid yourself unlimited war. Okay. Right there. I should say out about unique title of station. Exploiting to steal uncharted region of the galaxy for the benefit of mankind. It is a number to bear of a sacred wire and not trade, empower them to roam those worlds of the galaxy that lie beyond. Alternately, they are free to decide how to react to alien jutsu and set energy in the planet in the war of their own fate. Oh my fucking name is that? Lieutenant General Civil Criminal Commander of the 8th Army of the Janissary.
My regards, Lieutenant General. The Astra Militarum is the hammer of the God Emperor, isn't that what they say? Well, it is likely that fate will give you ample opportunity to demonstrate your talents as a commander.
Frankly, we are not so easy to add you. The primary combat force and first line of defense, also known as the Imperial Guard. Our jobs are to fighting men and women to overwhelm the enemy of humanity with firepower and the endless number.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Ja, kapitein, standard for the lady.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service, and therefore
Sacrosanct.
Sacrosanct.
Das men uppe det sorts imperials. Jag var curious that the master of Whisper. What are your
To put
responsibility?
it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
You say I'm one of the road, so there's another candidate.
There is. and you will meet him soon enough.
Tell me about the one of whose ship I have for myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back, especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Uh-huh. So you have some draw in mind when you this seek me out.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
Uh-huh.
The Lord's Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform.
Let us join them there. Intérêt d'avoir le budget. A massive trophy runs. No mat. Diadetus Mechanitus, on dirait. Noble Jess. Så. Känd ledare utav attribut Lace Imperatrice. Ja.
Embrace true power.
J'ai déjà un stub revolver présentement.
The world will bow.
Point de dehors.
One of the von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
Hell.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Ah, c'est des serviteurs, ça! Ils ont donné berserker, ok!
Let us savor the coming storm.
Jag ben en bullshit about the darkness of the fourth to you have to face enemy and all kind. Movement ultra into plays take place on a grid. Don't another move, attack, and use stability. Okay. Effective distance. 50% hits, ok, c'est mauvais. Et toi, tu bouges de combien? Mouvement 0.6. Lui est mort. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Il est capable de bouger, ça veut dire ici c'est safe. Ça m'aide. Ça veut dire ça serait safe d'aller là pour là. Yeah. I understand. Gain 4 MP. The next attack costs minus less and does not count toward the attack limit per turn. Then the next attack will become wounded. On spec combat.
One step closer. I reject the very idea.
Got it. Yep. Dead. Ah, il va peut-être me toucher. Non. Là, ça va avoir la peine de bouger de là. Les aspects tout. Les mouvements à ce point, ça. Ok. Lui, il peut 6, ça veut dire. Ouais, c'est. Je vais reculer là.
Descend upon the weak. I need no guidance.
Ça vaut à peine de reload, mais non. Momentum. Ok, reforger Indicability. Ok. Je m'en doutais qu'elle est là. Moi, j'ai pas resté là parce que là, ça se peut qu'elle avance, non? Exploit.
Ruin.
Boom. Yes, I believe
What
it.
suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Continue. Right, no one is allowed to enter the premise. Sanction. At your service.
I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Trouble. Orient yourself. The ones that are still smoldering, you see the girls with a short with automotive force. Concentrate ground also with the blessing of editors, making decisions in the standard complete. Alright, up until tunnel primitive. Blasciar, sempre nós dizendo, così gente deve sometimes the fact. Cosa mangiare? Battle tank. That's battle grace. Is unfinished.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
The stone of the battle is no just sort of it's a shimmer and change. Yeah, that does sound seed coral.
I tread a path unexplored.
Yeah, just shippy old man.
Intriguing.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Uh-huh.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Over the room. The rat. Prepare to be about 30 years of a Pashaman and light skin stretched. No tiny abundant mass of sinew, implant, and bone, twitching the face to say with a slight date. To show du moment all sign of illness. Although some illness of defeat, that you have a physical form. The other have won. But it's just fits up as if they were. J'avais pour Marble, Eternal, Indestructible, and Resident Eye, Pro Outpost, and Collapsed Casualty. Behind the back, everything is made of the statue between air and dry. Behind the door, then you see two more men. One is the Red Officer. Impeccable bearing with the content of his data slate. Be able to position with holster and belter containing all manner of weapon.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
Voice. Watch force. He's looking straight at you.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Those spirit who will be tenetting for dangerous aliens. I will first verify if that's indeed the case and if the population of aliens in general worship. Oh, wow. Il y a 1% de chance de le réussir, lui c'est 91% de chance de le réussir. Y a-tu un auto? Plus que l'autre F5. Faire le premier.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Endeavor.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
Instead of a simple question, which was the Mountain you to do Eldorad?
Insolent, ignorant upstart.
Oh, dare you.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Uh-huh. Spray, you want to look. Il a mangé de la merde.
So, why are you here?
Was it not you who sent for me?
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
Uh-huh.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
Uh-huh. One of dat cement is at the air.
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
Uh-huh, okay.
Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Ah. And what sense is the event was the ambassador is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Uh-huh. I'm ready to the sacred bubble.
Oh, yes. You would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader.
Thank you.
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Says a number of mutant will Jean already to simply guide a well shadow warship. Ever told I on the forehead. The war without any simply would not be a man. The warp, eternal dimension of pure energy and madness existing as a mirror to real space. As it was the immaterium, the Imperium, the Ether, to see also, and the war space. Those are all psychic power and all dimension to powerful, and it was the Chaos God. Demon. Some is a photo faster than as a formatting, some to be the final place of the spirit of the dead. I said it took place on the first day, some sort of one passenger anticipated true.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Alors, elle l'a entendu, c'est tout. Elle peut se le dire.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Cogitate any type of digital computer imperium of men. Chaos Mary. A space Mary was on us to employ become devoted attention. Okay. Where is this ship headed?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
Uh-huh.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
What about responsibility?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aid.
Navigator, translation, what are these things that you speak of?
Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars. Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead. Sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of
Star.
years.
This is... Yeah, no more questions.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Ah. What the fuck? Les barbares. You've been a bullshit. Heretic cutthroat. Kill them all.
A tactically sound approach.
Seigneur, lui. Mort. Il s'appelle Mort. Ok, c'est ça le Melta Chalice. What in the fuck, man?
Your end is near. Out of my way.
Discover to avoid.
Purpose guides me.
That's it, man.
I am your doom.
Death to the weak.
Crush the feeble.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Ah, c'est un Melta.
Guides me.
Ils sont intéressants.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
For the Imperium.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I took
Voyons, il est en train d'aller crever, lui?
one fewer target.
Ça va positive effect. Kill them all. Ils ont les tours de ceux-là.
I will
Oui.
triumph. Death shall reign.
Lui, il va se manger un hit, il mourra pas, là. Non, il meurt pas.
Look out. No mercy for heretics.
Follow my lead.
Break them around
Goodbye.
for the glory of the Imperium.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
Yep.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp
Pas de
travel.
travers. What are your order?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Message order should never stop moving for a moment.
Embrace true power.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Yep.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, pull yourself together.
You.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Det var från det började prata situation.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
Well, at time. C'est un nitro lumineux. Oh my god. Yeah. Désolé. Pour je faire ça, parce que j'ai un autre YouTube que je peux pas utiliser. Pour rien faire avec. Parce qu'il est bloqué de tout. On a VoiceNet. A piece of technology is at a short distance.
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
We must preserve an immediate store still in the middle there, perhaps. Then we might stop this wave from spreading.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
Uh-huh.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance. And if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-militant. And taking into consideration Edelthrad's psyker powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require your votes. Do you understand?
And what does that mean?
We're in the warp. Considering the attack, there could be a disruption in the Geller field and the infiltration of malevolent forces onto the decks. Psychers can react to such things in the most unpredictable ways.
Enough! Master of Whispers, you must not allow my heir to turn into a mindless mutant and to perish under Enforcer fire. Do whatever it takes to bring Edelthrad back to me.
I shall do everything in my power.
Not everything in your power. You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. More.
Ok. C'est everything in my grave, c'est ça qu'elle voulait dire. Elle voulait que je dise.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I shall make do, lead the way.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Stop up and shut up. In your doctors in pain. Pas vraiment, il nous a trahis.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
What very you two-faced charm, you are the one behind this man.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. the sacred warrant of trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Use John. Les affaires que j'avais pas faites encore. Et lui. Là, j'ai besoin de mes tags. Ça, c'est important à faire. Juste avoir des tags sur YouTube. What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
What serait pathétique excuse? Est-ce que do you have for your apostasy you sold it for a piece of growth? Shit.
Wretched. What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal.
Oh boy, il suit les
Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
The blade flash and dim light and drop the paper on your palm for the fingers at spinning intent quiet whisper begin to flood. More and more draw to the gate. Fight the voice in the air. Get out, I'm not your puppet. Enter the influence forcing you on your feet. Each step. I wonder about the corrupting weapon which led to the weapon the event in your mind. Alla är ute på sitt som är de i det kände sig vad det var något så det sånt det var sån wish will depend on the results. Det är det what I mean like this. Så på då så så blir det det är on its eye så det lighter but to remember like for anything that could be used as a weapon. Or as a weapon, such as aim. Back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
That's a simple sense of it. Examine the device. Okay. Dorsey data. What image is cache? Is there something? Alors, is it doesn't matter for my reaction about that. So it might be some kind of accurate really. The front side of the weird at the same spirit of the so there's some accurate can be forbidden and heretical. So on the day begin to move. Running of metal. It lean forward. Closer to you. Closer upon the draw sheet much wider than the jaw of aluminum and coat, mount fitted with sharp metallic fan that leaned into the dim light of it on the right light of swing, single metal symbol undertaken by draw. Sustained, only survives. Oh boy, Andre, it is so square at itself. Deep and down your mind is a bit to something else. And you always have to exchange and stitch it to the copper thread. Metal hinge in the place of standard joint, same that all the sense did everything to assert the service life. They will be much longer than that of ordinary automated place to end. And your flesh. If you that drop, found desert or name of the remain. Some of those pump stay in the most of the video. Treasure that float. See, perhaps to lean against the gate to catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes, but I none of this ever.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
As I where this way it was coming from. Who's this?
Genetic code identified. Child of House von Valancius. Do you require assistance?
It's been on your mind as it loaded into the system date. It's not lighting. Yes, that threatening my life and the safety of the warrant. Venture through your head and subside it was saying on the equivalent and you to do you need a real arm.
Request accepted. Initiating
Defense protocol. Oh, you mangé la marde. Bonjour. Boum 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 boum.
Well, there is still another way.
Was gate open.
Will bow.
What is the document point is supposed to be the bearer of the random trade.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Warrior who address me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Hello, the Warren.
Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Is there someone per Theodora?
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the Navigator's Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup.
Okay.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Anyway, bro, I'm utterly defensive.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
It's about would not lead me away from air.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay. Oh. After just around 4, you will see that the double strain is that the serial calendar has been updated. Da-da-da.
Master, whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me, what is the meaning of this?
Uh-huh. Then just physical army preserves instances of General Woodby is a traitor. When we parted away until the day stunned me with someone brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodore for something, and trying to reach the world was some part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Woodby openly admitted that he is the mastermind behind the lady.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
Yep. Last gun. Oh, two-handed range weapon. Nice. So, just target and cover and target with eye dodge, okay. Black chest plate. Fighting character can lose some of their wound. That's where injury to be able to seed. Maximum wound in one roll.
Your seneschal is always there for you.
My ascension.
What advice do you seek?
Fate beckons me.
All injury.
Sometimes you consult the
Your
approved.
help suffices.
Let me help.
Your aid was acknowledged.
Light of terror, guide our
I'll
way.
remember
There we go.
this. There is a fervor in my soul.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Uh-huh.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control.
Oh.
We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
What can we expect to find the navigator center?
During warp transit, the sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the immaterium. Only a navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
As it is Alter Aurora. One of the other was Jazz.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message, specifically a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
Inte var sätter mig sent missar det på when I opened the chamber.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
What did you guys done wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
Uh-huh.
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved.
On the wall!
Blood and mayhem shall
That's
be our
Jalface.
anthem.
Surrender to the dark powers!
Det är väl just position. Pas l'équiper, ça c'est un petit peu cave là. Out of bâton.
Death to non-believers! I serve the ruinous powers!
Bon. Ah, c'est pas le tour de lui? Ah, j'ai sur mon tour, ça a l'air. Bon. Buzzfire.
Purpose guides what a satisfying demise.
Goodbye.
I will not stoop to this.
Out of my way!
C'est ton tour. Cleave.
At your beck and call.
Oh oh! Ouais, celle-là était bonne.
Reduced to dust!
Goodbye. Critical hit. Got it.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Monte de level. Rules chill. Demolition, athletic, awareness. Awareness, c'est. Trap, leveler, hidden object. Vous êtes à l'autre, use of explosive to blast container. Pendant awareness. Lui, c'est un warrior. Un chaos, c'est à 50. Je vais aller athlétique. Athlétique, c'est. No. Can be equipped on tes characters.
I am not afraid to embrace the revelations that make others shriek and cover. That is the difference between me and
Collecting
ignorant
loot.
filth.
J'ai essayé de passer son épée 8, 10, 6, 9. Ça, c'est une 1N. Ah, attends, oui, ça vaut la peine. Je peux avoir, j'ai un deuxième set, ça je peux avoir un 1N. Ça, les titres. There we go. Bon titre. Il écrit son jeu par là-bas, lui. Ça veut dire. On sont tous lootés. Navigator Center.
Uncover my path.
Ace the map of your worship. It considers several parts. Between which you can travel some part are not available, but over time you can travel available. So that's just it. Oh, on voit du psychic énergie.
Let's seize the opportunity.
The Navigator's Sanctum is directly along the passageway. I pray to the God Emperor that we are not...
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Master, watch your head.
Huh?
Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity and your chosen is strange. Glow indicate glow. Suggest the wall of your mind as if the presence started to hide from the sea. For you, I never know, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern.
Ah, come on, I don't, man.
Around me. Too many voices. Too loud. And you are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrad. Oh, Emperor's providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
So do we.
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the Navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the Engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Oh.
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's Sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a...
Let's see that as well.
No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is...
Calamity.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a Navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Ah. Bien joué, c'est parti. Le pistolet puis le staff, elle. J'ai 50% de dodge, c'est un petit peu mon là. Pipe. Faudrait-tu que j'aille direct? Non, on va pas prendre là. This feed don't keep a master waiting. Oh.
Intriguing.
Run, fools! Or fall!
Your emperor won't save you!
Nigel, c'est plus important à mourir, ça va dire lui. Ah non, ça c'est Indra. Indra. Là. Là. Et moi, je vais là.
Just a minor setback.
I serve the ruinous powers!
My ears are ringing.
Death to the weak.
Yeah, my burst shot. Alright, to wait for independent chip eye and to treasure your shot. Et... il y a des chances de me charger dedans, ça veut dire lui il est plus important. Il avance. Bon.
It will be done. One fewer target. Victory is imminent.
C'était important. On sait que... Sidecar, il est important de mourir. Ça va être lui qui va attaquer. Ok, c'est juste c'est quoi qu'il a avoué, là. Dumper lui. Hein? Pourquoi il est mort? Ok, je vais mettre plus tard, ça veut dire.
A blood-soaked tribute.
I'm not interested. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Aspirator to became one of its throne. Being performing light. Exchange the between the seat and limb. Too many joints for normal. Really, there was as it is it. The eye are shot. The two other eyes were as the third one that sit in the center of his forehead.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead. But the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Address either what's wrong with him.
Wounded. Exhausted. Fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one.
Your time is short.
OJ at the base of the bizarre share. Are you alright?
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Oh my god, c'est qui lui?
It came from beyond! His body is not his!
J'aurais battu un train de en fait side och den är så jobbar inte the balancing of Carlson.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
Then if it's always residential black in prison. Blood coming out of his nose.
Run, flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation, leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
I want to help you, tell me how.
Run. The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on. And wait for the signal from the Master Helmsman. Then I will commence the translation. So, run. Run.
What's on Matthew?
The edge. Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, the shell will burst, and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the edge of daybreak by the bringer of twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods.
Going to like 20 bears, this was a winning. What is that supposed to mean?
A rite. A sacrifice offered. Oh. My heart tells me that Kunrad was not deterred by his defeat in the warrant chamber.
What? Kunrad betrayed Lady Theodora? Oh, but how is that? How? He was as loyal as a dog. And I didn't hear a thing, I swear.
The footfalls of the bringer of twilight are veiled by the will of his masters. Tear out your eyes. See who is to become the champion's servant, for you need them no longer.
Is still alive, Barry, so what do we do now?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
The spiders. Good luck. And thank you.
Blood, we said blood lost remain.
The world will bow.
Look no further. Let's patch you up.
I owe you one.
On the warship.
Should I divine our next step?
What est il on the warship? Ok, c'était une erreur, c'est ce que j'ai fait, ça veut dire?
Spearhead of the Imperium.
Bon, ok. Oh, Scrappy Autogun. Ok, il est pas bon. C'est une one-hand melee. C'est exactement la même affaire. C'était pas meilleur, mais... Oh, swing. Les swing, c'est une affaire de melee. Et t'as sweep. Inflict. Ok. Lui, c'est cleave, ok. Et ça va m'affaire. Eux ont moins de arme de pénétration, ça veut dire que je vais aller lui. Arme de pénétration ici. Un peu moins de dégâts, mais il y a trop d'affaires intéressantes. Ou je pourrais faire ces deux-là. La sourde est là. Ça va faire le job. Il vaut pas la peine. Lui, ça vaut pas la peine d'avoir un melee. C'est mieux d'aller full melee. Elle a un pistolet. Donnez ça. Moi, je vais prendre les deux pistolets. I need to use different kind of weapon. Ok, d'or. Il faut aller par là-bas.
I tread a path unexplored.
Ah, là, c'est Officer Deck, faut aller.
ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
Bye.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot these.
Ah!
Betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take
Just talk about those, so.
from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my emperor.
To Weapon River.
Sister Argenta.
Yep, Sister Battle.
Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Von Valesus, the Lord Captain Air.
The hour is dark and daunting. Ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Jean.
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelstrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
I am no traitor, sister. You can be sure of that.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
Said, well, is a warrior of the elite, so it doing about the other city. Is there actually do not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
This is happening on the officer day.
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
Those people are with you.
Overseer of Middle Deck AL-84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
We're to make the man all of the day.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Fire and darkness. C'est une sister of battle, elle. Je me trompe pas, hein. Autopistole. C'est une qui peut aller m'aider un peu, ça.
Woke up with a feeling of wonder.
as if a field of flowers.
Darkness est 30. Ok, non, elle peut pas aller 100% melee. Non, sa Darkness, c'est de la merde, elle. Et moi, je peux être un peu plus proche. Elle a pas de Darkness, ben. Pour ça, elle y est une mode good. Augmenter, fusion. Ah, voile maintenir les guns. New more efficient weapon. Ta gueule, game. J'ai dit ça. Oui. Laser gun. Laser gun, le meilleur. Bon.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Lui par là-bas. Non, moi c'est par ici. The door to the mess is start. There must be a way to open it. Oh.
Time to leave my mark upon the galaxy.
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows.
My whispers crave entertainment.
I have to touch out that. Boom.
The Emperor is with us. You'll make a suitable sacrifice. Death to non-believers! I serve the ruinous powers!
It's a interest to target. Okay. Minute Jane. Là, ça dit within 3 cells. Ah, c'est trop loin. C'est melee, ça veut dire. Éliminer lui. Ah. On est des renforcements. Comme si ça me faisait peur. Hein? Il est à côté d'une planche. Full cover about the store. And Ah, mon tour.
guidance, death shall reign.
Radius 1. Yep, pas plus ça. Bien. Your turn, bitch.
It will be done.
You. J'ai été à l'autre bout du monde dans le jet. Next, c'est lui.
At your beck and call. Reduce to dust.
Ça va ça retirer ça de. Run and gun.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak.
Who even taught you to fight like this?
Oh. Quel dommage t'as pogné, toi? Oh. Attends, j'ai eu. Whoops.
This is unacceptable.
Death to the weak!
I'm not so sure. That is not my destiny.
Tu vois ça, t'as des au fond. There you go.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Yeah! Okay.
One step closer. What a satisfying demise. I won't waste my time on that. This is beneath me. I will not stoop to this.
J'ai pas bon, je vais essayer.
I won't waste my time on that.
My place is at the fore.
If I bitch. Sha boom! C'est tout. Ah, ben, on va faire.
Fascinating.
Ça c'est logique, ok. Logique. On est égal. Équeuse. On dire là, dire exploration.
Embrace true power.
Ah, je peux pas aller par là en plus. Ça veut dire ça veut dire que c'était 100% ça. Il faut laisser réussir. Worship sit. Good. Machine. Oh! Red side. Il y a multi-key. Oh oh! Oh yeah! Explosive
I
so.
reject the very idea. I will not stoop to this.
Tech use. Et c'est tech use, c'est lui. Tech use à 30, 30, 30, 30. Ok, tout le monde est derrière. Je vais le mettre sur moi pour l'instant. Tech use.
Predictable. Let's seize the opportunity.
Let's start the power supply. Open the door, ça va open the door là.
Intriguing.
Tech use.
Triumphant. As
Shotgun.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Shotgun. Hyper close range, ça. Le shotgun, mais ça marchera pas pour lui. Ça, c'est pas peine d'avoir un. Ça veut dire que je vais switcher ça.
the world trembles beneath my feet. I tread a path.
Oh, demolition, blow up the door.
The Emperor favors me today.
To develop again. Reveal and slaughter. So then remove the wounded effect. It's at the end of the combat. During the following bonus. Oh! Wounded effect, ça veut dire c'est lui. Je veux dire, c'est Rival Slaughter, c'est popé celui-là tout de suite. And do. Tutte Warrior nästa all kommer damage is reduce. Oh. Stink. Ça va faire. Opérative, ok. Expose weakness. Oh.
Embrace true power.
Stickers.
Ruinous favor prevails.
Grand Armor. Grand 5% armor. Mon armor, moi je suis à 20. En plus d'allure, je pense 25.
The world will bow.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Bench. Ah. Il y a un oculaire implant? Non. Ok, il l'a juste embarqué.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Oh! The roar of the flame ring you into shocking smoke made you talk. Just for air. Draw and just a scorching heat. In your face on a easy silhouette form the rigid ball of flames is split in the voice and screaming. On the footstep and then you see to figure what on Valencius.
Are you lost, my heir?
What?
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
So any street wishing. This is impossible.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that knowledge with you. That power over reality. I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
The was space not where into the best recess of your mind is bleeding. Meaning that you give immediate that answer can be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Ouais, stream of land distorted, there but the water between you and them.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel.
Rätt du metade så basante value intéressant gosse sont a fait déjà research développé une direction dogmatique iconoclaste heretical. Heretical. Into the fire range, so I what's the range of each? It's a tough off. Yeah, take my pain away and give me power. Non. Je vais pas accepter. Dogmatique, c'est voir tout de voyage, ça c'est suivre. Iconoclast, c'est sauver le monde, religer le monde. Iconoclast, get the people off the bridge. I will not leave my people in harm's way.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Where did she... it go?
The thing that was standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
J'ai aidé au celui-ci. About Thunder. T'aurais un tour de start about temporary 1 et 12. Tout est résolve. Ok. Resource preservation. Ok. Dogmatic. One wound, ok. Ok, ça c'est Puritan, radical. Ok, je suis plus radical qu'autre chose, ok. Zilot. Gain. Plus. Oh. En 30% less momentum when activity. Ok, ça a l'air pas pire. Ok. Je vais aller Iconoclast.
To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
Ballistic. There we go.
Predictable.
Voilà, un chemin.
I tread a path unexplored.
Too late! We are too late! Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here, which would be even worse.
That's it.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak, without us.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us, so now we will follow you through thick and thin.
Oh.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Maud headed for earlier.
Juste achèterais de lire.
Intriguing.
Là, moi j'avais passé ici. I'm softly.
Embrace true power.
We should deal with this.
Capable d'avancer, il y a encore de la zone.
Empyrean guides my gaze.
Det är att save as a state of the renovation could well open it där mettre in modul.
The world will bow.
Men det var ju grande logique. Ok, logique, tout le monde y a la même affaire. Yep. C'est un ennemi ça. Logique c'est Intel. Intel est à 30. Ok. Tout le monde est égal. PQ c'est Intel, bon, ça va dire la même affaire. Laisse-moi conduire.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Donc, capitaine, capteur.